Hey YouTube, Dave Fretless here. As promised, we went to a card show today. We attended the Silicon Valley Trading Card Show at the Westgate Mall in San Jose. Um, it's a relatively small mall compared to some of the gargantuan malls that are today. This show was 70 tables and is about once a month. Had the traditional you know uh, local teams, the emphasis, right? I'm in the Bay, so it's Warriors and Niners. Um, yeah, it's a lot of display cases had prices on it. Um, you know, I found it a little bit difficult, unless you're well versed uh, in comps off the top of your head. It's kind of very difficult to spot a great deal right off the bat, right? There's, you know, and then there were some, you know, Now here's a bunch of Mahomes rookies in all grades and some Allens, and then you had some dealers that were just I think they were just strictly going off of comps. Like these, I don't think there's any prices on these. He just kind of opened up his suitcase and had all his slab cards there, and then I guess he would just you know work with them pricing. Oh, there's some prices, but but yeah, definitely it was a new experience coming from the back in the day um, where now this table we found some discount boxes. I wouldn't call them dollar boxes, but this was cool. We spent about 15 minutes going through all these, and so this stack was face value was 225. And I asked him what he could do, and he said, "I'll have it 175." And I didn't feel like, so I took it. I accepted it. I paid him 175 for that stack. And here's, one thing I realized is, you know, whatever you want to collect, it's there, right? I mean, any guy autograph relic, it's out there. But also there's a lot of what I kind of like sports card purgatory, right? Um, Not necessarily commons, but not necessarily high liquidity, high value cards, right? You have like this huge range in the middle where um, they just kind of sit. I mean, there was Montana rookies, there were all these nice rookies, but unless somebody's coming in there and looking for that specific card in a specific grade, um, I think a lot of the older stuff sits, right? Um, so I don't know. Yeah, definitely there's an advantage at a card show with no tax. Oh, here's a vintage case. Some very nice stuff, right? Ty Cobb portrait, Ty Cobb with the bat, right? Jackie. Um, but I don't know. Uh, Everybody knows their prices, right? So this Jordan 86 footer was 6,500 for 7.5 BGS. See, like off the top of my head, I thought that was cheap, but not sure. But yeah, so this happens every about once a month, and they have a lot of
Yeah, according to that little leaflet, um, they have guys signing all the time. I guess Draymond's going to be signing in a couple months, and Brett the Hitman Hart, and yeah. So that mall has been around for as long as I can remember, uh, and as long as I could remember, we're going 35 or so years back. Um, they've always had some sort of card shop, comic book store, uh, collectible toy store or memorabilia shop, and they've always hosted shows, toy shows and card shows. And this is the first, about 6 months ago, 9 months ago, I stopped by just to take a quick look before I really got back into the cards, and tagged along with my nephew and my brother-in-law. Um, but yeah, for what it is, it's a great show. It's you got to support those local shows and the vendors, and have to say all the vendors were very nice, and um, yeah, it was definitely a lot to see. So in addition to that stack that I purchased for 175, uh, we found another uh, clearance box, so to speak, and picked up some cards there. Uh, and So let's go through what I picked up. So this is the from the first vendor you saw in the video. So yeah, imagine that, Joe Burrow, right? So anyways, let me break this down. Yeah, okay. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals beat the Raiders today. On a personal level, I wish the Raiders would have won, but considering all the Bengals cards that I've purchased in the past month, I think the Bengals winning was the better for the better outcome for my short and midterm investments. All right, so of course you don't pay what sticker is, right? Just we just kind of put these aside, and then went through them after looking at condition. We did find a lot of these kind of boxes, but there were some that you could definitely tell that was kind of picked through already, and that's not a slight on the vendors or anything, but there were some that you definitely could tell. You set them aside and you take one quick look at them, and they were off center, or mostly off center, right? And then some had the corners weren't perfect, so you could kind of tell that they were already kind of looked through, um, and the good ones would be set aside to get graded, or already bought. Who knows how long these cards have been sitting in those boxes, right? So, but this vendor didn't seem that way. I mean, we were able to pull out a lot of these, a lot of these cards, and they all look good. We all went through them again. So try to avoid this glare. Okay, so Joe Burrow, rated rookie, and a couple NFL debuts, a couple Herbert selects, and then my current favorite running back, Jonathan Taylor. And they were all marked $5. Obviously, we don't pay that, but you know. And then they had a lot of good cards. So we took some flyers on Justin Jefferson. I didn't have one of those. It's funny. When you go through an eBay, you see these same guys that are getting all these bids, and people are buying these cards, and if you don't have the guy, yeah, it's a case of a little bit of FOMO, right? That you kind of want to keep your bases covered, and just not miss something, right? So we picked up a Justin Jefferson, the red, white, and blue, and then Cooper Kupp. I didn't have any of him, and my son put these aside, and yeah, and oh yeah, that one's outnumbered, but that one is a 35 of 60. Not bad. Good looking card. And then I got a couple Debo rookies. That's that Royale, right? Crown Royale. Real, exciting player. I don't know, long term, those kind of Swiss Army knife kind of players. Um, how the hobby treats them. There's always one or two of these type of guys in the league, and I don't know long term, but I like him. I like how he played. I like he's very exciting, very dynamic player. So I just grabbed a couple of his rookies, and then we were doing the Jamar Chases a lot, but then we decided to just throw some money at T Higgins. Yeah, so. And then I didn't have any Jalen Hurts, and this is at Black Prism for $5, uh, or whatever we ended up getting it for. Yeah, why not? There's my James Weissman. There was a 3 baseball out of that: a Bo Bichette, rookie Chrome, and then yeah, I didn't have any bows, and then Randy Rosarena rookies, $5, whatever. And they were pretty sharp, so grab those. So the second stack, similarly, more Joe, more Herbert, and I picked up a Jacobs rookie. I don't even know what that is. Gold something, not numbered, and threw in $5 for a Tua. And then these weren't priced, so but we did set them aside. And let me go through these first. I'll tell you about that. And then Anthony Edwards. And then there was about a few Jaws, so I just grabbed 3 of those. Yeah, so when we got to these, I just kind of so the strategy on this was, all the mark cards. I kind of have that price, the sticker price in your head, and then you set these 2 with it, and then you ask the vendor what they can do, and he looked them up. He looked up the comps for these, and then so I was thinking, okay, in my head I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna look up the comps. He's not gonna really, give us a deal, but he ended up giving us a very solid deal. So I got this stack for 150, yeah, about 153 or 155. So all in all, yeah, you spent a little bit of money, but I think there's with these 2 stacks, I cover my bases with some of the players I didn't have, and yeah, it's and excuse me, but but then there's some candidates for grading, so so this will keep me busy, right? Yeah, and the way that Josh Allen played tonight, this 5 touchdowns, 300 yards, come on, and he just walked all over the Patriots. Right? Yeah, okay, Mac Jones got the short end of the stick on that one, but what are you going to do, right? So, just picking up these players cheaply, and or relatively cheaply, and we'll see. I'll probably go through them a little bit closer, and see if that's something that some of these are worth getting graded, or or if pricing or grading goes down. So all right, we're just about done. So yeah, well, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you like this kind of content, just throw me a like, um, comment below, and until next time, thanks a lot. Bye.